Hello there. Thank you for tuning in. I am here. I am going to actually start going over my weekly matchups here for our fans. I am going to do my games. I am currently in 11 leagues. So I want to just go through each one of my matchups, talk about what I think, and kind of predict what I think my overall standings will be for the all 11 leagues. Obviously, I'd love to go 11-0, but sometimes that's just not possible. So I think it'd be cool to keep my record all year long, kind of keep a good following on my season and see how I do. So let's get started. So my first league is going to be right here, and my matchup is going to be against Run CMC. So if you see here, I am projected 220. They are projected 222. Underdog by 49%. I got Lamar Jackson, Tannehill, Rodgers, Brady, Diggs, Hill, Lamb, Metcalf, Moore, Cup, Elliott, McCaffrey, Kamara, Robinson, Edmonds, Hunt, Kelsey, Andrews, San Francisco, and Los Angeles D. I would say this is a pretty even matchup. So look at my bench here. Jacobs, Chase, Williams, Winston. I'm probably going to start everybody who's on my starting lineup already. Obviously, Diggs is questionable, but he will be ready by Sunday. So that is my week 1 matchup number 1. I do think I could probably pull this one off just because they have Elliott projected 17. I think he will get more than that. And also Chase Edmonds is only projected 13. But I don't really go off projections that much. I think a lot of it's just smoke. So we will see. But I do think I will end up pulling the victory on this one, as I do for everyone. So here's week 1, matchup 1. Next, we will go to, let's say, King of the Hill. My matchup here. Projections don't look so hot, but as you can see, they have quite low projections for some of my players. Diggs only has 13 points. Deontay Johnson 10. Swift 8. I know Swift is questionable now, so he could not be ready to go. Let's see. What's it say? Was limited throughout preseason. Will play this week against 49ers. So Swift is good to go. So that's good to know. So I think that projection will go up. I got Tannehill versus Brady. Diggs versus Jones. Metcalf versus Claypool. Sorry, I'm in a draft right now too. Johnson versus Davis. Elliott versus McCaffrey. Swift versus Eckler. Waller versus Kelsey. Sutton versus Gaskin. Wilson versus Stafford. So this is a 2-quarterback league. Blankenship, Zerline, San Francisco, and Denver. I would say the only really uneven matchup I have here would be Eckler versus Swift. Eckler, hands down, is the better running back there. And then obviously McCaffrey versus Zeke, which isn't that big of a mismatch. So, but that one, I do think that the projections kind of did me wrong there. So I am just going to, pick me to win, hoping that Wilson and Sutton put up great points. Matchup 3 is going to be for Chubby, and I know it. This team, let's go to week 1 matchup. And I have Josh Allen versus Jalen Hurts. Tyreek Hill versus Devontae Adams. Diggs versus McLaurin. Chubb versus Harris. Robinson versus Gibson. Waller versus Kelsey. Robinson versus Barkley. Moore versus Woods. I would say this is pretty much an dead even matchup. That's why the projections show 169 to 166. It has me conquering the victory there, so I'll be excited about that. That is against JR also, so it will be a good matchup for sure. But I do see me winning there. So far, I see myself going 3-0. On to the next one. This is one of the public leagues that I joined just for messing around. Let's see the matchup here. I have Murray versus Jackson, Hopkins versus Diggs, Jefferson versus Moore, Henry versus Barkley. That's a for sure one for Henry. Robinson versus Sanders. I think Robinson's going to have a great day against Houston. Gesicki versus Waller. That's a mismatch, but Gesicki can be sneaky sometimes. Darrell Henderson Jr. is questionable, so let's go see who I would start over him if he does have any problems. There's my flex. I got lots of opportunity to start somebody over him. I would probably end up going with Kenyon Drake or Marvin Jones Jr. if I had to guess. So just because Jacobs is out for the week, if you did not know. So this one has me projected 126. Brian's bold team, some random guy, at 127. So I will say that I am going to win this one as well. So I am predicting myself so far to go 4-0. RB University. This is probably my best team out of all my leagues. So this is for sure going to be a win. So I got Josh Allen at quarterback, Devontae Adams, DJ Moore, Christian McCaffrey, Aaron Jones, Mike Gesicki. Like I said, I think he's a sneaky tight end. Ezekiel Elliott, Jacoby Myers, and Jacksonville D. He's got Herbert, Cooper, Judy, Gaskin, Kamara, Waller, Eckler, Harris, and Buffalo. I would say his only 2 wins would be Harris and Eckler. So I'm going to say that I come on top of this one. And that would make me 5-0. This one, it's going to be a close matchup. I'm going against Mahomes. That's always scary. I have Prescott Hopkins against Mahomes and Kupp. Metcalf versus Thielen. Henry versus Connor. James Robinson versus Leonard Fournette. Gesicki versus Kelsey. As y'all can see, I like to get to Gesicki. I just really think he's an easy tight end to get in the late rounds. Jared Judy versus Deontay Johnson. Blankenship, Suckup, Indianapolis, Carolina. Honestly, I do think I could possibly lose this game, but we will see. We will see. Next is I have my another public league that I joined, and let's go see that matchup. Where would I? My team. I don't see my matchup. There it is. So this one has me getting beat too, projections wise. This is probably my worst team. Yeah, definitely my worst team out of all my drafts. I do have Josh Allen, but that's about it, and Kelsey. I've got Allen Robinson, DJ Moore, Montgomery, Edmonds, Kelsey, Marvin Jones Jr. My bench is pretty weak too. I do have Marquez Callaway, who I might actually start over Jones Jr. But like I said, this is definitely my weakest league. So I will say I'm probably going to lose this game. He's got a pretty tough lineup with Wilson, Hopkins, Cooper, Henry, Mixon, Hawkinson, Henderson. I would say that probably going to just pick him to win and live with that for sure 1L. If I pull it off, I pull it off. But if not, I'll probably going to struggle week 1 here. Last but not least, I have Rookie of the Year. This is another 2-quarterback league. Let me see my matchup. I am actually predicted to win by not even. I guess that's not even a full point. So this should be a good matchup. There's going to be Wilson versus Jackson. Diggs versus Higgins. McLaurin versus Judy. Julio Jones versus A.J. Brown. This is a 14-team league, so that's why you see kind of some smaller name players, and it's IDP and 2 quarterbacks. So I decided to take quarterbacks very late, so that's why I have Wilson and Bridgewater. But I did stack up on some running backs that I think will pay off. I got Darren Waller against Tanyan, Bridgewater versus Stafford, which is honestly an even matchup in my book, and then defensive players right there. I do not know who I will start over Denver's running back, because obviously he won't start this week. I don't really have a second option, so I'm hoping that he gets some touches. So I might be going on the waivers before this weekend and find me a running back, because it could be rough. But other than that, I think this is going to be a solid matchup. Should be interesting. Be fun to watch. Next is I have my 3 sleeper leagues. In that league, which I am drafting right now, and I'm on the clock here soon, but we can go to team league. Here's my matchup for this week. It has me losing by 5 points, if that. No, 4. Not even 4 points. I have Mahomes versus Wilson. This is a Dynasty League, 8-team. Henry versus Barkley. Robinson versus Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Robbie Anderson versus Thielen. Tyreek Hill versus DJ Moore. Darren Waller versus Mark Andrews. Kareem Hunt versus Aaron Jones. Definitely a mismatch there. Aaron Jones, definitely the RB1 in that situation. Tyler Bass, who knows, who cares about kickers. Defense, Indianapolis versus Rams. Here's my bench. I'm probably going to start Javon Williams over, what's his name? Kareem, just because Javon is getting the start this week. So that is going to be my big change there, or Claypool. Claypool might be getting thrown in there. So other than that, so far, I do think I can pull this one off. I do think projections are a little low for me here. So I'm going to say I win this one. So far, I will say I am going, is it 8-1 so far? 8-1. My next league is going to be this one right here. Cave Chatter, which is the league between me, Cameron Brooks, and JR. And my matchup is I am playing Brooks. First week, I have Lamar Jackson versus Russell Wilson. As you can see, our points are really high. What the reason that is because we decided to have a little fun with this league and do all the bonuses, all kinds of stuff. I think we have 2 quarterbacks, 4 or 5 receivers each, and 4 or 5 running backs each. So that's why I did that. I think it'll be fun. Spice it up a little bit for this season. I mean, it has us projected for almost 600 points. So we'll see how it goes. But I got Jackson versus Wilson, Prescott versus Murray, McCaffrey versus Cook, Elliott versus Chubb, Henry versus Jacobs, Aaron Jones versus Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Chase Edmonds versus Miles Sanders, Tyreek Hill versus Hopkins, DJ Moore versus Keenan Allen, Godwin versus Jefferson, Evans versus Cooper, Metcalf versus Robinson, Parsons versus Leonard. I do think this is going to be so high scoring I can't even predict this one, so I'm not even going to try. Let's just say I'm going to call it a tie. I know it's kind of weak of me, but I'm going to call it a tie. So we're going to go so far 8-2 or 8-1-1. That's going to be my call. And last but not least is actually the league that I am drafting in now. So I really don't know my matchup. So we will be pending on that one. But other than that, I do appreciate y'all listening in. And I hope y'all enjoy going down this path of success with me throughout the season. Hopefully I can, as y'all can see, all these leagues, there's 16, 17 weeks because playoffs are whatever time playoffs start, but we'll see how many games I can win. I think it'll be fun. I've never played this many leagues, so I might be a little over my head, but I do appreciate it. Y'all tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow us on Spotify, Facebook, Instagram, and I will see y'all next week. And who knows? Maybe I'll go 11-0. That'd be pretty sweet. So once again, thank you. I appreciate it. I'm Justin, and I will see you later.